어딨냐고 물어봤지 뭐 하냐고는 안 물어봤잖아.
The cast of Boys Over Flowers appeared to live picture-perfect lives, but the truth behind the scenes was far more shocking. One actor ended up losing $13 million in legal battles tied to violence allegations. Another was forced to sleep in parking lots while attending one of South Korea's most elite universities. A cast member's husband was blackmailed for millions while she was pregnant. And one beloved star vanished from the public eye for 5 years after a devastating family tragedy. Today, we're diving into the real stories of what happened to each cast member after the camera stopped rolling. Minho was on the verge of launching his career in 2006 when tragedy struck. Back then, he wasn't yet a superstar, just a young actor on a road trip to Gangwon province with friends, filled with hopes for the future. But one horrific car accident changed the course of his life. The crash killed both passengers in the front seats instantly. Minho and his close friend Jung Il-woo were seated in the back and barely survived. Lee slipped into a coma for a month, and when he woke up, his body was shattered. He suffered multiple fractures to his ribs, thigh, and ankle, a torn knee, and required a 46-centimeter metal pin to be inserted into his thigh. One leg was left permanently shorter than the other. For the next year, he couldn't act, walk, or even stand without pain. His dream of stardom nearly ended before it even had a real beginning. That's what made his rise to fame so extraordinary. When he was cast as Ju Jun Pyo in Boys Over Flowers, no one could see the trauma and pain he had survived. The role made him a cultural icon and the face of a generation, but the risks in his life didn't end there. In 2011, while filming City Hunter, he was involved in yet another car crash. That incident aggravated his old injuries, leading to ongoing health issues that would later affect his military service. Due to his physical condition, he was not permitted to serve as an active duty soldier. From May 2017 to April 2019, he fulfilled his military requirement as a public service officer at the Suso Social Welfare Center. While some questioned his exemption from regular service, few knew the full extent of the pain he still lived with. Then, in 2022, Minho stunned the world by stepping into Hollywood through the Apple TV Plus series Pachinko. The performance was intense, emotional, and critically acclaimed, receiving praise from the New York Times, Rolling Stone, and Collider, which ranked his episode among the year's best. He had finally shed the image of a pretty face and proven himself as a serious actor, but behind the success was immense pressure. He later revealed how overwhelming it feels to be on top for over a decade, admitting that one wrong step could destroy everything. In July 2025, he opened up further, sharing that he cried for days after the death of his beloved dog. That loss made him realize how isolating fame can be. Now, he says he dreams of getting married before he turns 40. Despite the emotional toll, his business ventures remain thriving. He represents 11 major brands across 27 product categories, from Hugo Boss to Fendi to Cuckoo. With his face trusted across Asia, he remains one of the most sought-after celebrities for endorsements. Now, Lee is preparing for his grand return to film after nearly a decade. His upcoming movie Omniscient Reader has a massive 30 billion Korean won budget. He explained that the pressure feels different this time. Unlike dramas, which provide weekly feedback, films are judged in a single moment. He confessed to feeling the weight of that judgment, but he's stepping into this new challenge with everything he's learned, from a past full of pain, perseverance, and growth. Hyesun was once seen as the pure and hopeful face of Korean televisiona, character viewers rooted for with all their hearts. But behind the scenes, her real life played out very differently. The illusion of a fairy tale began to unravel in 2019 when her marriage to actor Ahn Jae-hyun collapsed in the public eye. Initially, they were the perfect couple, even donating their wedding gifts to charity. But when private messages leaked, the truth was exposed. Their relationship was filled with emotional neglect, suspicion, and manipulation. Koo accused Ahn of ignoring her emotionally. While on a ledge, she snuck into his apartment and secretly recorded him in his sleep. Things got worse when An revealed he was suffering from depression, had sold his home, and taken on debt, just to meet her demands. The divorce was finalized in 2020, leaving fans devastated and the couple deeply scarred. Yet Hyesun didn't retreat from the public. Instead, she made a comeback no one expected. She returned to Sungkyunkwan University, where she had once dropped out, and committed herself to her studies with full force. In February 2024, she graduated with an astonishing GPA of 4.27 out of 4.5, which is roughly 97.7%. Most would stop there, but she didn't. She then gained acceptance into KIST, one of South Korea's most elite and difficult universities, where she began a master's degree in science journalism. Admission rates are under 15%, making her achievement remarkable. But her determination came at a cost. She later admitted to sleeping in her car in parking lots, having no stable place to live during her studies. Once seen as a pampered TV star, she was now a struggling student, living out of her vehicle in pursuit of knowledge in a society that had once turned its back on her. Her comeback didn't stop there. In 2021, she patented an innovative flat-folding hair roller called the Goo Roll. This wasn't just a publicity stunt, it was a real invention. And by mid-2025, she had launched a company around it. She even partnered with a KAIST chemistry professor to bring the product to life. The same woman who had once wept on Instagram was now a legal patent holder and founder of a government-approved startup. It was a transformation no one could have predicted. Hyunjung, who played the gentle prince in the drama, ended up at the center of one of Korea's most painful celebrity scandals. It all started in 2014 when his ex-girlfriend accused him of physical abuse, claiming he caused injuries that required 6 weeks to recover. He admitted to one incident and settled for around $7,000, but the situation escalated when she announced a pregnancy and later claimed he had caused a miscarriage, only to retract that claim later. In 2015, Kim responded with a defamation lawsuit, while she gave birth to a baby boy in September that same year. A paternity test confirmed Kim was the child's father. The legal battles dragged on, revealing conflicting stories, emotional turmoil, and years of courtroom drama. By 2017, Kim Hyunjung had won the lawsuit. The court ordered his ex to pay him 100 million Korean won, and she received a suspended jail sentence for assault. But his victory came at a steep cost. He lost more than $13 million during those years. Major endorsements from brands like Toyota, Elle, and Misha disappeared. Concerts were canceled and his agencies severed ties, claiming he could no longer be trusted. He enlisted in the military in 2015 and served until 2017, trying to escape public scrutiny. Yet even during his service, the media kept digging into his life. Upon returning, he faced more legal trouble. His former partner demanded full custody of their son and monthly financial support. Then, in 2018, he shocked the public again by marrying another woman, someone who had stood by him throughout the entire ordeal. Within 3 years, Kim had 2 children with 2 different women. The media had a field day. His musical comeback flopped, where his albums once sold hundreds of thousands. They now barely reached 30,000. He went from performing in large arenas to small venues. His performance fees dropped from $500,000 to as little as $50,000 per show. In 2021, he was photographed dining luxuriously despite owing unpaid child support and legal fees. By 2022, reports revealed he had downsized into a 500 million Korean won apartment, a far cry from his former penthouse. In 2023, he attempted to revive his career by reuniting with the SS501 members and forming the Group 501. But ticket sales were low, and performances were limited to small fan gatherings, not stadium tours. Kim Bum, the heartthrob Potter from Boys Over Flowers, became a sensation across Asia, but few fans knew the private pain he was enduring. Even in his early 20s, Kim Bum was quietly battling rheumatoid arthritis, a serious degenerative disease that ran in his family. He managed the condition for years with medication and exercise. But when his military service loomed in 2018, the truth came out. Due to his health, he wasn't eligible for active duty and was instead assigned to public service. His agency confirmed he had been receiving continuous treatment since his early 20s. News that deeply surprised fans who saw him as youthful and vibrant. His love life also kept the media busy. In late 2013, Kim Bum went public with actress Moon Young, co-star in Goddess of Fire. Fans were overjoyed when their relationship was confirmed in November. But by May 2014, just 7 months later, it ended. Then, in March 2018, just weeks before military enlistment, he confirmed he was dating actress Oh Yeon-seo. But that relationship ended before he even finished basic training. 2 high-profile breakups in quick succession left fans puzzled about what was really going on in his personal life. Still, Kim Bum remained ambitious. In 2012, he released a solo album titled Hometown and even performed live at the Stellar Ball in Tokyo's Shinagawa Prince Hotel.